Here with the Puck Dogs, for our live show. Of course, we're here live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We got free picks on every game every day at pickdawgz.com. And of course, here on YouTube, tons of free pick videos. I think I did 10 college basketball for today, maybe 11. Did all the NBA games. So no one doing it bigger and better than we do at Pick Dawgz. How's it going, guys?
Going good?
Yeah, going well.
Big trade in the NHL yesterday. We finally Taylor Hall is now Phoenix Coyote. Coyotes win the Hall lottery.
Oh, yeah.
I thought for sure he was going to Montreal, but he now is in Phoenix. That's a big pickup for the Coyotes.
Well, it addresses a need that they had. They needed some scoring punch. He may not have a boatload of goals this season, but he's a Hart Trophy winner. He's with 50 goal scorer from a couple years ago or last year.
Last year, he was the MVP last year. You go from MVP. He wanted out of Jersey quick. He was like, I don't want to be here anymore. I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
And of course, now he's all excited. They did a big interview with him last night, and he's all excited now. Of course, he went from the last place team to a first place team. The Coyotes are first in the Pacific. And Kessel's probably happy too.
First place in December doesn't mean much, as we said.
No, we know what happened last year. I was looking at the bottom feeders, going, "Are any one of these teams going to pull St. Louis from last year?"
Detroit. No.
Detroit. Detroit needs a lot of help for that.
Of course, we do free picks every day here on the live show. Of course, those who join us for the first time, I'm Mitch. These are the Puck Dogs, Rod and Chris. And do we get more interesting comments on YouTube? I think that I have to say, and I don't mean it, I don't mean it to generalize or anything like that, but I think maybe some of the just most presumptuous people in the world are on YouTube. It's like they'll look at one video and they'll make a judgment about your entire character and who you are. It's like, you get one game wrong. It's like, I watched 2 videos. It's like, we've done 1,700 in the last 2 months. I looked at one of your, and you got the pick wrong. It's like, you stink. It's like, I don't think, I've never made a video where I call myself an expert. I've never made a video where I've said I never lose. I don't even understand the thought process here. But I would love to go to their job, and anytime they make a mistake, just berate them. For sure. One day. Morning to everyone. Morning. Of course, be sure to hit the thumbs up. Greatly appreciated. Let's get right into the action. See what's going on here on the ice. Start with you guys, and then I'll mix in some picks as well, kind of like what we did yesterday. Yeah, we don't do the free-for-all anymore because I don't want to talk about the same game I've already talked about 4 times. Not fun for me. Bruins against the Kings. Got Bruins minus 250 in this one, Rod. Anything there?
Yeah, for me, the Kings not fared so well in Boston, and Boston got that win for us the other day. Got back off the losing train, and I think they're going to start another run here. I got to take Boston here on the puck line. I can't back the Kings here on the road.
How about you, Chris?
Yeah, I'm on Boston on the puck line as well. LA got a couple of those road wins, but those wins came against Anaheim and Detroit, two teams that are not playing well the last, let's say, month and a half. It's like Rod said, LA's 1-5 in the last 6 against Boston. I like Boston on the puck line as well.
How about Buffalo and Toronto? Got another big favorite here. Plus 167 for Buffalo, minus 192 for the Leafs.
Ugh.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on Toronto on the puck line here. I mean, Buffalo, they played Toronto tough so far this season, but otherwise Toronto's beaten up on the Sabres. They won 6 of the last 7. They're 17-4 in the last 21 in Toronto. Toronto played well on that Western Canada road trip. I think they pick up another win by a couple here at home.
Yeah, me too. I got to go with the Leafs on the puck line here. I think the Leafs got some offense start going against the Oilers there, and I think they continue that here against Buffalo. I also like the over here. I think we're going to see some goals.
So over for Rod and
the Leafs.
For Chris. How about Tampa Bay and Ottawa? Tampa Bay minus 400. Chris?
There's no. I'd side with the overs. I'm not laying minus 400. And even if you try minus 2.5, it's plus 120. So I'll side with the over here because I think Tampa Bay's gonna pour in 5 or 6.
Can Tampa really pour in 5 or 6? I don't trust this Tampa team at all. I'll take another shot. I'm going to go with Ottawa, but you can get Ottawa plus 1.5, so they can still lose by a goal and you can still win. I'll take Ottawa plus 1.5 and plus 140.
Why is the line so high on this game?
It's.
Well, I guess maybe an overreaction of last night. Ottawa got thumped 7-1. Was it 7-1? 6-1? 7-1?
Yeah, something like that.
So they figure,
it's whenever you see Tampa Bay and Ottawa, you usually get these crazy lines.
And if I remember correctly, last time we seen one of these crazy lines, didn't they lose?
I think so.
So I'll take Ottawa.
Well, March of last year, they were minus 500 against Ottawa.
Yeah. What was the result of that game?
Tampa won 5-1. But then the one before that, Tampa was minus 320 and they lost 6-4.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Ohio State against Southeast Missouri State. We've got a directional Missouri team. Ohio State, they've just been beasts at home. Forget about the, they're going to want to win because they lost last time and all that other stuff. I think teams want to win every game. But I think that what we have here is a team that's won in blowouts at home against much better than what they face here. I mean, they beat Cincinnati and Villanova by, big numbers. I think they have no problem with Southeast Missouri State. I think they double them up. I think they win by 40 plus. I'm going to take Ohio State in a rout in Columbus in this one. Then I like I like Eastern Michigan against Northeastern. This one looked funny, the line, to me, because it was a pick-em. And Eastern Michigan, 8-1 on the season, 4-0 at home, 4-2 against the number, 1-0 against the number at home. So it's a team that's played on the road a bunch. Meanwhile, Northeastern 5-5 on the season, 2-1 on the road, and 2-1 against the number on the road. But it just seems to me that there's too much value here on the home team. The Northeastern rebounding versus offensive rebounding versus the Eastern Michigan defensive rebounding is so bad, and in the other direction it's bad too, but not nearly as bad as it is with the Eastern Michigan defensive rebounding versus Northeastern. So if Northeastern, they're shooting, they shoot 50%, which is phenomenal, but when they don't hit, they don't get the rebound, so they are in trouble. 42.3% for Northeastern from the outside also. So this is a team that bombs away 5th in the nation in 3-point shooting percentage. So You got to watch out for it. But on the other side of it, Eastern Michigan shoots at 46.1%. Plus, they have that nice rebounding edge. I got to go with Eastern Michigan here. I'll lay the 1.5. Go to.
I like that one too. It's actually on my little page, and it's at the bottom, and it's got a little star beside that one.
There you go. We got the Islanders against the Predators. Now the Predators are plus 125 at the Islanders, minus 145. Rod?
Yeah, Nashville played last night and played half decent game. So they're on a back-to-back, and the Islanders are sitting there at home. Islanders are a good team at home. They play good defense. I'll take the Islanders here on the money line, and I like the under as well. See, like a 3-1 game.
How about you, Chris?
Yeah, I'm on the Islanders in regulation at plus 105. I think we can agree that Nashville's a better team than what their record would show, but being on a back-to-back and playing an Islanders team that's 13-2-1 at home this season is not a good spot to be in. I like the Islanders here.
How about Philadelphia against Anaheim, Chris?
Yeah, I went back and forth in this game as well, and Philly's been lights out at home, but the Flyers haven't been playing great lately, and Anaheim's had their number. I think they're 12-4 in the last 16, and 7-1 in the last 8 in Philadelphia. I'm going to side with the under here. I think both teams usually play a physical style that tends to lean itself towards a low-scoring game. I see it being 3-2.
How about you, Rod?
Yeah, I was tempted to take the Ducks here, but I'm going to back my Flyers here at home, and I think they can handle the Ducks here.
I'm going to go with University of Missouri, Kansas City, the Kangaroos. I'm going to go with them up against Toledo in this one. Toledo 8-2 on the season, 3-2 on the road, and 3-2 against the number on the road. 8-2, like I said, on the season, but 4-5 against the number. Kansas City, 5-7 on the season, but 3-0 at home. Getting 7.5, it just seems to be a little too good to pass up. Toledo hits their free throws, and that's where they crush people on these point spreads. That's where they've gotten it done. But I don't think that that's good enough in this spot. I got to go with Kansas City in this one, the Kangaroos. I know Toledo's been rolling, but they haven't really been covering their last two. They didn't cover against Marshall. They didn't cover against Detroit. Cover against Cleveland State and non-cover against Oakland. Meanwhile, Kansas City coming off of that loss to Kansas, which, I mean, they're not the first team to lose to Kansas this year, and they're not going to be the last. They were getting 23, and they were getting 23.5 in that one. Didn't get it done. Scored 57. Kansas, almost scored 100 in that thing. But like I said, Kansas is going to do that to teams. But Toledo is no Kansas. I like Kansas City here, and plus the 7.5. I think they at least cover in this one, if not win it outright. Move right along to the Red Wings and Columbus. Here we go. The Red Wings now just plus 120. Here was our plus 200 team. That's, now just plus 120, starting to whittle their way down. I think that hockey's better when the Red Wings are good. That's just my personal opinion as a non-hockey person. But, here they are at plus 120. Any chance that this team's on a roll, that this is this year's St. Louis Blues, Rod?
No. Eat Columbus even on a back-to-back. I'm going to take Columbus. I think Columbus comes in here and then Detroit and gets a win. Columbus on the money line for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Columbus in regulation. Detroit's just awful. I mean, just when you think that maybe they can catch a team on a back-to-back at Columbus, it just reminds us that they're the worst team in the league. I like Columbus in regulation, even money, and I put a little bit on Columbus on the puck line at plus 170.
I like Marquette against Grambling.
I had that one too.
I just think that Marquette is the type of team that when they get rolling, it's like the
They get rolling.
They get rolling. It's like one of those teams. There's a few teams like this out there. That it's like they're these outside shooters that can play inside too, and they're Big East team up against Grambling, and it's another big number, but I'm going to take Marquette here. I think no problemo for Marquette in this one. Let's move back to NHL, and we got Winnipeg up against Carolina, Chris.
Yeah, I like Winnipeg plus 105. I mean, the line feels kind of funny, but I mean, I'll bite. Winnipeg's been playing some great hockey over the last month, and they've won 9 straight as a home underdog. Carolina's lost each of the last 4 meetings, 1 and 4 of the last 5 in Winnipeg. I like Carolina at plus 105. Sorry, Winnipeg at plus 105.
How about you, Rod?
Yeah, I got all them same numbers that Chris has there. I like the Jets at home here. I think you're going to see the Jets start to run some off here.
How about Pittsburgh visiting Calgary? This looks to be a pretty good game.
Yeah, this is I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Calgary at minus 120. It's just a lean, though. Both teams are playing really well. I'm just going with the fact that Calgary's at home and Pittsburgh hasn't played all that great on the road this season.
And for me, I'm going the other way. I'm going to take the Penguins. Penguins are 4-0 against the last 4 against the Pacific. They like to come into Calgary and get a win. I think the Pens are just deeper. I can't wait till Crosby comes back. Watch out.
How old is Sidney Crosby now?
In his 30s? 30-something? Mid-30s?
How much has he been injured throughout his career? A lot, right? A lot.
Yeah, he's had a few tough stints he's been out.
He's 32.
32.
35.
I like the Knicks tonight against the Hawks. I just love betting against the Atlanta Hawks. I know that I usually get pounded on YouTube. There's a lot of Trae Young fans out there. I don't care. I think the Knicks are playing okay. They've shown that they can beat the bad teams and even beat an okay team in Sacramento. And I think the Knicks get win number 7. Their record's going to look like a football score. It'll be 7-21. It's going to be like a Jet score, 7-21. The halftime Jet score.
Yeah.
It's like, so I'll take the Knicks in that one. I think there's a lot of interesting games on the card tonight too, and one of those ones that I like is the Pacers plus the 3.5 against the Lakers. I know it's unpopular. I already know that. I know it going in. I know it before I said it, but people aren't gonna like it. But it is what it is. I'm taking the Pacers, and I'm not apologizing for it.
That's not a bad side to be. I bet you there's going to be a whole pile of people on the Lakers. Like, this is their first game back at home off that road trip, if I'm not mistaken. Everybody is Dawgz going to be on the Lakers.
I think did I see like 71% of the Lakers or something like that?
More than that. I think maybe it is 71. We got Vancouver.
Montreal at Vancouver.
Yep.
For me, Montreal 7-0 straight up, their last 7 in Vancouver. I'll take Montreal on the money line here. I think Montreal can come into Vancouver and get a win.
How about you, Chris?
Yeah, I'm on the same side. Vancouver plays well at home, but they've given up 4 or more goals in 4 of the last 5 games. Montreal's been emphasizing better defense since they snapped that losing streak. I like Montreal on the money line as well.
Keep moving right along. Of course, those of you just joining us, if you could hit the like button, greatly appreciated. We don't charge anything for our shows. People say, oh, you can put them behind a paywall or whatever. We never would do that. Try and deliver as much quality content as we can. So if you guys hit the thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, all that stuff helps. We got 85 people watching on YouTube. and 35 likes. So, I don't know. To me, that math doesn't really add up. If you're watching it on your phone, this is how you do it. You go to the YouTube that you're watching it on. Right here. And you go to this show. I got a commercial on mine. Iced Teas take on Acorns. Skip the ad. Okay, so you got us right here like this. Okay, there's a little X right over here. So you hit the X. And you see how it goes down to that screen right there. Then you see the thumbs. There's this one. It says thumbs up. It's all the way over here. You hit this one. So there you see it clicked. Thumbs up, right? And then right here, the middle one says live chat. You go right back there, and you're right back where you started to the live chat. So there you have it. But anyways, trying to follow these comments. Okay, let's get back to it. Got Vegas hosting the Wild. Vegas minus 179.
I mean, for me, I'm going to side with Minnesota at plus 160. I mean, both teams are 7-2-1 in their last 10. But Minnesota's started to step up their game on the road. They're 5-1 the last 6 head-to-head against Vegas. Underdog and the road team are both 4-0 in the last 4 meetings. I'll take my chances with Minnesota here.
Rod?
And I'm going to go the other way. I think Vegas is going to start to roll. Their offense looked good. They look like they know what they're doing and been back. Are going to try to get back to the cup. I think they're going to hand Minnesota a little wake-up call. I'm going to take Vegas minus 2.5. I see like a 5-1 game. Vegas minus 2.5 plus 260.
I'm going to go with Grand Canyon against New Mexico. New Mexico is 7-0 at home, 10-2. Just 3-3 against the number at home. Grand Canyon only their second road game of the season. 0-1 on the road, 0-1 against the number. Getting 12.5 points in this thing. There's nothing here that says Grand Canyon to me except for some solid inverse line movement. The line opened at 13. It's 12.5. I think it's good enough for me. I was looking for a reason to take Grand Canyon last night when I was looking at these games. I could see it here. Eventually, this is what happens, right? Is you have the good teams against the bad teams, and you have the good teams laying way too many points. And I think this is just one that you just point to it, and there it is. Another one, Pepperdine against Portland State. I like the Waves in this one, minus the 8 points. I know the public was hammering them as well, but I just don't think there's a lot of action on this game, and that's why it looks like it is. Pepperdine, both these teams have horrific defenses and really good offenses. So that makes for a really high-scoring game as well. So the over is probably the stronger play here. I'll go for the over here in the Pepperdine Portland State game. So over. We got one more hockey game to go. We'll call this the grand finale. Well, I guess the grand finale is the bird cages and parlays at the end, right? So we have the Sharks hosting the Coyotes. Sharks minus 115. We have the Coyotes. So is he going to play today on the trade or no?
Yeah. I just looked. He's in the starting lineup. He'll be playing with Kessel. He'll be on the left wing. Kessel will be on the right wing. Yeah, he's in the starting lineup. So for me, it's Coyotes. Coyotes, so beat the Sharks here. That is on the money line for me.
How about you, Chris?
Yeah, me too. I mean, I just think he's going to add a spark to that lineup. And I mean, Arizona's still, we've talked about their road form, 11-4, 2-1. San Jose's picked up a win here and there, but I think Arizona comes in and takes it.
You guys like any basketball today, Chris?
There's 3 college games I'm gonna play. I'm gonna take North Florida plus 21 against Florida State, Marquette minus 24 against Grambling, and Stanford minus 5.5 against San Francisco.
Rod?
I like Temple here today. Temple minus 2.5. Temple's got a really good D. I like Dayton here. I think Dayton can cover the minus 16.5. The Eastern Michigan one I have, and I got Creighton minus 3. And the only basketball I'm going to play today is Brooklyn minus 2.5. And the Clippers line wasn't out yet.
12.5.
Oh, that's a lot of points. Yeah, I'm not touching that game.
Back to back for the Suns, but Ayton should be back for this one.
He should be. That's a lot of points.
He was eligible yesterday. Didn't play.
Yeah, he was waiting for today.
Any parlays for you, Chris?
Yeah, I got a 4-game NHL. Boston minus 1.5. Winnipeg, Montreal, Arizona at plus 1501.
How about you, Rod?
And for me, my usual, I'm going to do a 3-way 3-teamer. And I'm going to take the Flyers, Montreal, and the Islanders. Plus 1140.
All right, recap the show. These guys both took Bruins on the puck line. Chris took Leafs on the puck line. Rod took the over. Chris took the over with Tampa Bay. Rod likes Ottawa plus 1.5. Still getting plus money on that with Tampa Bay minus 400. They both like the Islanders, but Rod likes the under in that game. Chris likes the under in the Flyers game. Rod likes the Flyers. They both like Columbus, the Jets. Chris on the Flames, Rod on Pittsburgh. Both like Montreal. Chris on Minnesota. Rod likes Vegas minus 2.5. They both like the Coyotes after the trade. I took Ohio State, Eastern Michigan, Kansas City, Marquette, the Knicks, the Pacers, Grand Canyon, and the over in the Pepperdine Portland State game. For hoops, Chris likes North Florida, Marquette, and Stanford. Rod likes Temple, Dayton, Eastern Michigan, Creighton, and the Nets. For the parlay, Chris says Bruins on the puck line with the Jets, Montreal, and Arizona pays better than 10-1 on your money. And the Flyer, for Rod, it's the Flyers, Montreal, and the Islanders. Man, we got it all done today. Not bad. But anyways, we got free picks on every game every day at the website, so be sure to check them out. If you guys have a game that we didn't cover, check it out at pickdawgz.com. You can find it right there on our website. Guys, thanks for joining me. We covered some pretty good ground. It didn't even take us that long.
No.
Be sure to hit the thumbs up and be sure to join us tomorrow. Have a great day.
Have a good day, everybody.
See ya.